Hello, everybody. Just gonna get the game loaded up here. Thank you for joining me on this fantastic Tuesday afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well. Going to be working on this beast here. It is a V12 Pagani Huayra. Huayra. Whatever. The car is amazing. It is one of my favorite supercars. And unfortunately, you cannot find this car in a junkyard, so it's not going to be like a ground up restoration, although we will likely be taking everything off of the car to get it fixed. So there's the car we restored yesterday. Just a gorgeous car there. But this beast right here, this is what we're going to be working on. And this, even at auction, in the decent condition that it's in, was still about 400 grand. So let's go ahead and move that to the garage and we will get started restoring that. There we go. And this is an official car from Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. I love the gull wing doors on that. That is phenomenal. We're probably going to keep the original interior just because it matches so well and they're proper Pagani parts. You can see that engine in the back there. That looks intense. That is going to be fun to tear down. Okay, so we're going to need to go ahead and repair the parts of the body. Oh, come on. There we go. Front bumper. I wonder if they have any extra parts for this that you can put in to get like spoilers and stuff. So there's obviously glass there, but I can't remove the glass for that. That actually surprises me because usually there's a back glass option. That is okay though. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to see if there's any additional parts for the Pagani. Well, I don't see anything extra. So let's go ahead and fix up the parts of the body and we'll get it welded and we'll start working probably on the suspension. Let's go and put the interior back because I think we'll have to use the interior detailing kit to fix. Whoa, that is not the seat I wanted. Get out of there. All right. I'll put the steering wheel back. Okay. Okay, so we'll put the hood back on. We'll have to figure out what color we want to paint this to. Really, I couldn't fix up the headlight, huh? Okay, so hood's at 100. Bumper should be at 100. Tail or left headlight's 92. We're going for full on this, so left headlight. We want to get everything to 100% here. So we need a right headlight for that as well. That's a little disappointing. It's like I know you can't fix the glass, but usually you can fix up the headlights, taillights. So we need a front window. Might as well buy all of the windows here. That way we can get everything on the outside to 100% here. Rear bumper, tail, nope. Get on off there. Let's go ahead and buy both tail lights just in case. Okay, I think we just need to put some glass in the windows here. All right, so the body is back together. Let's go ahead and since the body's back together, we don't have any extra parts that we can put on there. Let's go ahead and paint this whatever color we want. And I'm thinking that I want to go almost with a rose gold. Not a rose gold, but see if I can kind of find that color I'm looking for. It's kind of in there. And then we take some of the saturation and the brightness down. It still needs to be pretty bright. Something... Ooh, that's kind of a gold color, but I want a little bit less of it. Something like that, I think, is a really nice color for it. We'll do metallic, and then they do have a... I don't know why it's always the Italian, the white, red, and green. We're going to go ahead and not do the livery on that. And let's go ahead and we'll move that over to the car lifter. And we always do B, so let's go ahead. We're going to move it over to car lifter C because I don't use that one very often. All right, well, I don't know why I opened the hood because the... No, come on. Again, this game was built for... This game was built for controller and not the mouse and keyboard for some reason. We'll go ahead and lift the car up. We'll have to at least get down to the gearbox being off before we can... before we can get the engine out. So we'll go ahead and we'll take out the tires here. And might as well just take all this apart here. We'll get some new brake pads. We'll need a new brake disc. We should have enough of those purchased from yesterday's video. Or stream. Give me 1 second here. Okay, there we go. Now, we don't have to take all of this apart right now just to get the gearbox off, but I'm going to anyway because we're going to need to take this all apart anyway. So, might as well. Accessible from engine bay. Can't take it off from here. That's kind of surprising, actually. Now, these parts look almost in immaculate condition, so that's good. Some of the nice things about buying cars from auction is the parts aren't as trashed as a junkyard pick, obviously. Yeah, these appear to be in still very good condition. Although we're still going to be replacing a lot of parts that are in good condition to get that 100%. So we're basically doing a full teardown of the Pagani Huayra. Alright, so... Oh, it's so hard to see. Gotta remove the starter. And then we can remove... No, that's not what I wanted. The gearbox. And with that taken off, we can lower the car. We'll get those mufflers taken off, and then we will lift the engine out. Accessible from engine bay. I'm in the engine bay. What are you talking about? Okay. Sometimes this game doesn't make as much sense as I would like it to. So we need to go ahead. Let's go ahead and grab the welder so that we can fix this car up on the outside. So, done that. Move that back into interior detailing. Go ahead and do that as well. That is the toolbox. Where did the interior? There it is. Okay. Am I not clicking on it right? What's going on here? Okay, we're gonna move this over to wheels. Or oh my goodness. So that's just okay. Now it's gonna let us use it for some reason. That was weird. Okay, so we'll move that back. We need to get the engine crane over there. And the engine crane is going to be in the front, even though the engine's in the back. We'll pull the engine out of the car, and we will move the engine, that beautiful V12, onto this engine stand. And look at that beast. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll fix up what we have now. And let's start tearing down the engine, why not? Let's go to remove the timing. Like I said, I do want to go with the sorry, it's been a long day at work. I want to go with the performance parts for this engine so that we can completely max out its top speed. So, intercooler cover. Man, it is hard to get a beat on this engine sometimes. Okay. Intake manifold cover. Let's go and remove that. Now we can remove the intercooler. All right, remove the throttle. So I'm seeing a lot of V12B and V12. Let's go ahead and we'll go to the performance parts. We'll have to look later and see what else we might need. Move the coil pack and the turbo. So is there an option for the turbo V12B on here? There is. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Okay. That is a lot of spark plugs. Holy cow. Let's just go ahead and buy a whole bunch of these fancy spark plugs. Yeah, I'll buy 30 of them. Why not? That's going to take a little bit to take apart. There's several camshaft caps here. Gonna remove the timing cover here. And we're gonna have to remove the whole other side before we can even think about removing that camshaft over there. There's actually 2 turbos. Let's buy another one of those. Remove the timing cover for this side. Remove the timing gear. Then we should be able to remove the timing chain. Both cam gears. That camshaft, and now we got to remove these caps here. All right, now we should be able to remove both engine heads. If I can see the screws, holy cow. Might have to turn down the bloom a bit. Get rid of that oil filter. And that's the most, well, I guess we still have a fuel filter we can remove there. Now we need to rotate that engine. Beautiful. Going to remove the oil pan. Then we can start working. We got to get the gearbox stuff removed here too. And since it's a V12, there is a lot of these. I have no idea how many pistons I bought, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And we'll need to buy piston rings too. Oh, I missed a rod cap. All right, we have completely torn down the V12 engine. So let's go ahead and do some part repairs. Assembling the engine. And do we have an option for the crankshaft? No. So let's go ahead. We forgot to buy piston rings. So let's buy some piston rings. We're not going to need that many, but why not? No. Oh, you can't auto-select the best part for this. That's kind of annoying. Let me choose my good pistons, please. All right, so we have upgraded the pistons. Go ahead and reinstall all this fun stuff that holds the crankshaft in place. And we'll just kind of keep a lookout, make sure all of them are at 100%. All right, alternator, we got a fancy one here. Oil pan, we're just going to use the standard one. And we've not bought a new oil filter yet. So power steering pump, did we have an option for that in the tuning shop? We did, and I believe it was a V8 power steering pump. No, it's a V12. Of course it is. So we don't have an option for a fancy one, so we'll go ahead and just put that one back on. Might as well buy the oil filter while we're at it. Okay. Put that on. Now we need to flip the engine over. Flywheel. We need a new flywheel. We have a fancy clutch plate. We have a fancy clutch pressure plate. And we just have a standard clutch release bearing. Okay. We do have a fancy fuel filter as well. Is there anything else we need to put on the front or sides yet? No. So we have our nice engine head here. And we'll go ahead and put in... We have a lot of those fancy spark plugs. But we're going to have to hunt for them each time, I think. And that is going to get very frustrating. Alright, so we put the camshaft in. Put the coil pack in. I did buy way too many of those. That's okay. And we need a bunch of camshaft caps. Good enough. I don't think we'll need that many. That's always nice to have. Go ahead and put our turbo on. Now we need to start working on this other side. That is a nice looking engine there. All right, put in the coil pack and put on the turbo. Pop the intake manifold, which I somehow bought 3 of. And then we have a fuel rail, V12A. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to get the fuel rail from the tuning shop or not. Bet we are. All right. I'll pop the fuel rail there. Intake manifold cover. Pop on the fancy throttle. Cam gear. So we got one. We're going to have to buy another cam gear. Yeah, just a standard cam gear. Come on. Timing chain. B12B. Timing gear. Okay. So now we can put on our timing covers. Water pump. Is that something that we have an option for in our fancy tuning shop? No. No option for a water pump. Idle roller A and B, we're going to need 2 of those. Or 1 of each. Okay. Pop that on. That on. Probably going to need to buy 2 water pump pulleys, which we will. And we need a new crankshaft pulley V8. All right, and then we need a serpentine belt. Look. Belt tensioner. Okay, so we can put on the head cover. And then I think we'll be done with the engine. Nope, we have the intercooler looking pretty snazzy there. And the intercooler covers. Now we're done with that beautiful engine. All right, let's take the engine off and we'll pop that back into the Pagani Huayra. Beautiful. Now, I know in the engine bay, there's still a couple things we need to deal with. We got to take off that air filter. Might as well mount that one back. Oh, we get to use our fancy air filters here. Battery. And I think that's going to do it on this, unless there's something. Brake servo. The anti-lock brakes. All right, so let's go ahead and try to repair those, and then we'll get some oil put into the engine. It's because that always seems to be the part that I forget. We'll also need to charge the battery. Okay, well, we have a battery that's at 100%, so we'll go ahead and just charge up that battery. Battery, okay. We have the fancy rear exhaust section. We got the gearbox we can go ahead and put on. And the... Did I miss something over there? Okay, no, that's just for the wheels. So we're going to need to take apart the tires now. So, and I always write this down because I never remember the numbers. This is a 335 30 R20. And those are going to be racing tires that are on that. Since I don't want racing tires on this, maybe I do, I don't know. We'll take a look at what we can replace it with. But we'll have to fix up those rims anyway. Because the rims I do like and I want to keep. Okay. Now, the rims that we have, do they have an ET? ET of 0, so they're 20-inch rims. Yeah, we're going to go with some racing tires. Why not? So 20-inch, and they were 335. Profile of 20. No, profile of 30. Those are some damn expensive tires. Holy cow. All right, let's go ahead and get the tires installed on the rims, and then we'll balance those. No, I don't. Okay. Because that's how it works. And we'll go ahead. Where's my spring puller? There it is. Join. And I hope those are right. I hope I don't just need the rear shock absorbers without the spring and cap. But we'll see when we go to start putting this back together here. So, rear axle knuckle housing D goes on there, along with the cover, the hub. We need the hub bearing, which I should have plenty of. We're going to need to buy a new rear drive axle B. Okay. No, we need to unmount that. We need 2 brake discs. At least 2, because we're probably going to need 2 more for the front, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And we should have plenty of brake pads. Okay, both calipers and cylinders are good. So let's go ahead and, lagging a bit, bottom. I found that there is still a way, even though it says you can't, there's still a way you can put that bottom suspension arm on, which will save us a little bit of time. Dual wishbone shock absorber rear. Okay, so we did need that, and we'll go ahead and... We did not put a slick tire on this time. We put a proper racing tire on. All right, let's go ahead. Get this side taken care of. I'm going to start work on the front, and then we should be good to go. And let's remember, I did buy this car for just under $400,000 on the auction house. So I'm curious to see how much it's going to be worth when I sell it. If I sell it. I probably won't sell it, but... Because, believe me, it took a lot of trips to the auction house to even get one to come up. It's always that front suspension that's a pain in the ass. So hopefully, because this is rear wheel drive and most of the suspension and drivetrain's in the back, we won't have to worry too much about that. Pop the tire on. All right, I think that's everything for the rear suspension. We'll go ahead and lift the car back up so we can start working on the front. I got about 20 minutes to finish this car. I think we're in good shape. Now, if you guys are interested, I will be doing a live stream on Friday with some of my friends. Ooh, we need to get that radiator out of there. because that's going to need to be fixed up too. And we're going to be playing the Forest, and we're probably going to be streaming fairly late. We're going to start about 7:30, and then it's going to go till whenever we feel like going to bed. So hopefully that is something that you guys are interested in. Take off the sway bar front end link. Okay. Take the tire off first. So we need 2 brake disc ventilated, which I actually think I might have some spares of. So we'll see when we're putting this back together. If not, we'll just buy some. But we're also going to need to create 2 front shock absorbers. And that will luckily be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and lower the cars so that we can get the radiator and the fan out of there as well. All right, let's go ahead and start some repairs. And actually, before we do that, let's get those tires separated. Okie dokie. All right, so let's go ahead and we will get, God dang it. Get those. Oh, those are 19-inch. Oh, no. We're going to have to buy some more tires, but I got to figure out what the dimensions of the front tires are. That's fun. 255/35. Okay. That is a tad bit frustrating because I bought those tires already. Okay, so size 19, 255, profile of 35. All right, let's go ahead and join those now. No, Typhoon Tire, I don't want to put you back together. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and start creating those front shock absorbers. Dual wish. All right, suspension. Hopefully those are correct. Okay. That should be most of the parts we need for the front. Let's go ahead and hopefully the radiator fan housing, and the fans are all good, which they are. Fantastic. So now we can go ahead and lift up, we can close the hood, lift her up, start putting everything back together. We're going to need to buy a couple parts, I am sure of it, but get to that when we get to it. I do have several ventilated brake discs. Should have several brake pads. Calipers and cylinders are both good. Lag. Beautiful. Front sway bar B. And we'll probably need 2 sway bar front end link Bs as well. Because that is how it generally goes. Steering rack's good. Should have a whole bunch of inner and outer tie rods. The upper suspension arm, both of those are good. Fantastic. This restore is going swimmingly. That side's done. No, we're definitely missing something over there, but we'll figure that out in a moment. Oh, I'm probably missing the hubcap on that side. Well, we'll fix that after this side then. Okay, that side's done. Okay, bearing, hubcap, tire. And now, everything should be sitting at 100%. Okay, so the steering wheel, and I'm assuming the seats. Fuel tank. Where is the fuel tank? Did I miss that somewhere? Unless those are the fuel tanks. Right there. Well, let's take a look, I guess. Yep, fuel tank B and fuel tank C. Okay. Almost done. So we need fuel tank B and C. Our fancy fuel pump. So now everything should be. Oh, we still need a steering wheel. Steering wheel and seats. So let's go ahead and buy those real quick. Replace those and call it good. Some expensive seats. Okay. Beautiful. Let's close that door. Got to put the clamshell on the back. Pop in those tail lights. What a beautiful car. Holy cow. Okay, so normally I leave it here and just give you a view of the car, which is gorgeous. Just an absolutely gorgeous car. But we're going to take it for a spin. We're going to take it down over to the test track. The starter's missing. Excuse me? Oh, I got to move it back to the lifter. Well, gosh darn it. Okay. Get that thing in the air so I can put it back in. Okay. All right. Can't start the car without a starter. Okay. Now we're going to go take it for a test drive. You know, I said I was going to put oil in the engine, and then I just didn't. Also, we were missing the covers, so probably a good thing we didn't take it out. Okay, where in the hell? There's the oil cap. All right, let's fill her up, and then we'll go take her for a god dang test drive. Holy cow, I flipped it! This car is fast. Go through the slalom here. Whoa, dear. Not good at driving with mouse and keyboard. Suspension's good. Oh, I'm just gonna spin it. Okay. That was interesting. The restore was definitely fun. I really love the detail they put into the Pagani's engine, to the body. It looks great. Sounds great. So let's see how much it's worth when everything is said and done, completely restored, like brand new. Who knows? I doubt that it's going to be more than $1 million. I would guess that it's going to be probably around 900,000. We'll see when this game loads. We're looking at far less than I was expecting. $659,083 plus a $50,000 bonus, making it just over $700,000. So I made about $300,000 on this car if I sell it. There is the Pagani Huayra. That is a beautiful car. Might as well take a screenshot. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed me taking down and repairing the Pagani Huayra. If you like the video, make sure you're hitting that follow button up above, or if you're watching this on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys some other time.